Hey everybody, welcome to another Winter 2014 SWAT review. My name is Kate, otherwise known as Narataki.
And I'm Alan, otherwise known as Hisui.
We are from ReverseThieves.com. You can go there to get other SWAT reviews for the season, as well as our monthly Speakeasy podcast.
And this time we are looking at ZX or ZX Ignition from TV Tokyo, and it is streaming on Crunchyroll.
And it's a magical girlfriend harem trading card game? I don't know, that's what I got from this episode.
Well, I mean, Broccoli did make Aquarion Age, was kind of similar, hot girls, and then they had the Aquarion spin-off, which was the hot boy version, so they have done the Pandery card game before.
I just meant the show. I mean, if the card game is just like monsters and stuff, it could totally be, I don't know. But in this world, there's these black holes that appeared on Earth, and it unleashed monsters on the world. And apparently, they come from different colored worlds. Like, I didn't really understand that, but whatever.
It's clearly, there are 5 different colors, like in Magic, in our trading card game, so...
We've made up some reason for this or whatever, and they fight each other for some reason, I don't really know why.
I assume that, like, Earth is their prize, and these 5 forces are fighting over control of the Earth. But you forgot to mention your favorite part! When humanity was devastated by...
Yeah, go on. Just go ahead, Al. You just take it away here.
When humanity was devastated by these black spheres and the extra-dimensional beings that came from them, they had to name this phenomenon. So yes, humanity declared that day they were defeated by the zillions of enemy X.
Really, Japan? Really, Broccoli? That's the best you could come up with. Zillions of enemy X. That doesn't inspire confidence in me whatsoever.
I feel like plot as written by a 5-year-old child. Zillions of enemy X.
I feel as though a 5-year-old could be more creative. Because, I mean, a 5-year-old writes Axe Cop, okay? So if that kid was writing this, I think they would have done better. There seems to be all kinds of different creatures. There's humanoid monsters. Of course, many of them are hot women. And many of them happen to be the cards of our main character, Asuka, who, as far as I can tell, is a useless sack of crap in this episode, because...
He does like to pontificate and give speeches from in back of his elf angel a lot.
Yeah, she's, like, kicking ass. And he's like, don't worry, I'm here to save you. Like, oh, really? Because you just keep passing out in this episode. So I'm not sure about that. But then he'll, like, wake up and look really stern. So then we know he's for reals.
And then be shouting admonishment at some guy. He's like everything that people complain about Shiro in Fate Stay Night. But at least Shiro waves around the sword every once in a while.
And there is the problem of, you know, depending upon how they present the cards and the card game, like in this, you don't really see the cards being used, so they're all figures, so they seem like characters, so it doesn't really seem like these guys who are wielding them are doing anything. It's like, okay.
I remember at one point there's that fight on the bridge where there's the spunky girl and there's the other girl.
The princess girl.
The princess girl. And the princess girl looks bored during the fight, which we were as well. But it is not compelling when one of the fighters seems more interested in what's going on around her than the battle she is participating in.
How could she not be interested in what's going on with Asuka? I mean, that's what everyone's concerned about in the episode. Then there's like some battle for Kobe that starts right at the end, because that's where this is currently taking place. Then there's an explosion, and then we go into permanent flashback mode to see how we got there, because man, did I ever want to know the answer to that. So Asuka, apparently, even before he had these cards, I don't know, there's nothing really likable about him. And it's the way that they present him, I feel as though they think he's kind of aloof and cheerful or something. But really, he just comes off like a total idiot and a jerk because first he's complaining to his mom, who is in the hospital, about how his brother sucks so much because all he does is pay the hospital bills and his tuition and doesn't give him any allowance. Like, okay.
I'm sorry, my poor working brother, that you could only pay for all the expenses, but I got to have money to go out on dates.
So I need a part-time job, which he at least has. I don't know. Nothing about this seems unreasonable. So then he leaves, and then while he's at his part-time job, there's of course another girl there who is probably in love with him. I don't even know why she's there, but...
Obviously, it's New Year's Eve. It's Christmas Eve. So she obviously wanted to ask him out on a date, because Christmas Eve is like date night, and he's just like...
shoves her out the door without her coat. I was like, it's cold out. Like,
it's snowing.
What are you doing? So, whatever, man. The whole episode was just lame. It was boring. It was really mediocre. And to top it all off, the animation was shit. So it was like, okay, like, what are we doing here?
I think it's best summed up with the fact that, like you said, we have all these fights. And then there's, he finally confronts the leader of the guys attacking Kobe. And there's that big explosion. And it's like, bum, bum, bum. I'm like, all right, episode over. That was a little long. But at least this episode is finally done. And then it's like, flashback mode. I'm like, the episode's still going on. God.
I thought I was free. I don't think I can have really high expectations for something based on a trading card game that's there to sell trading cards. I mean, I don't know what I really think they could do with it, but I'd rather watch Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds than watch this, alright? At least I'd be entertained. And here, it just seems as though, at first I thought there wasn't going to be any dudes in it, and it was just going to be girls. Because that seems like a way to sell a card game. Or some way they would try to sell a card game. But then they had to go put this guy in here, and that just made the show worse. I probably would have had a better review without him.
You would have been like, it wasn't good, but it wasn't offensive. Then they introduced that guy.
But I do actually think that the character designs aren't really that good either.
Mm-hmm.
So if they were going for, like, attractive girls playing cards, they should do better.
Hopefully the cards have better art on them.
Ah, yeah. And the only one I did like was the Tyrannosaurus Rex, like, robot. That was cool.
Man of Orichalcum, so.
Yeah. It was like, oh, man.
That girl and her, what do you call it, Orichalcum dinosaur, that should have been the real series.
Yeah, if it was like a kid's show and because she was like, a little, like, 6-year-old or whatever on a dinosaur. That was better than everything else in the episode.
All right.
Not worth your time, if that wasn't clear.
All right, see you guys next time.